Oh, but you see in the mirror.
Yeah,
Amazing.
you can see, yeah.
We're perfect. Okay, guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this 32nd episode of this series where we interview students from all around the globe. And today we're here with Thaís, and thank you so much for being available and being here with us.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me.
And today we're gonna get deeper into understanding what the Master in Business and Management here at SSE or at Stockholm School of Economics is all about. And usually the way I do it is asking, like questions, 10 questions, but then if the mood gets a bit more conversational, that it's completely fine. We're flexible, and yeah, so thank you. And I would first ask you, a brief introduction of yourself, or who you are, where you come from, and what you did before SSE.
Yeah, no, sure. Thanks for having me again. So, my name is Thaís. I'm originally from Brazil. I was born in São Paulo, so the biggest city in Brazil. And studied there my whole life until I was 18 years old. And then when it came time for me to do my bachelor's, I actually did my bachelor's in the United Kingdom. I went to King's College. I studied international relations there, and then I studied law because I really liked human rights and all of that. But then moved back home, worked for a little bit for a corporate company, and then I decided I wanted to switch careers. And that's what made me decide to pursue a master's in business. And now I'm in Sweden. So
all right.
That's a quick summary.
All right, that sounds amazing. And actually, one of the last episodes was with the students from King College.
No way.
We are connecting in a way.
Yeah.
No, but then, tell us a bit how you came to choose SSE, and then specifically the MBM program, MBM abbreviation for Master in Business and Management.
It's a great question. So I have a couple of friends that live here in Stockholm, so I would come to visit them, and I really like the city. So when I decided it was time to go back to school and pursue a master's, I definitely wanted to check what schools we had available. And actually, I didn't know about SSE before. I feel that some people either really know SSE or have never heard of Stockholm School of Economics before.
That's true.
So when I was doing my research, obviously SSE popped up. And I was visiting one of my friends when they had the open campus tour, so I got to come here, learn more about the program with the people that were studying. So that was a great experience for me. So obviously I had the big names in management in my list of choices, but for me I really enjoyed the fact that it was in Stockholm. It's sort of like a smaller city that still feels like a huge city. So you got the best of both worlds. And for me, what's really important about SSE is the connection that it has with companies. We're always networking, having events and all of that, so I really enjoyed that aspect as well. So that's sort of why I picked SSE. But then why I picked MBM. For me, I wanted again, because I don't come from that business background academically, I wanted to do something more broad, and I felt that the MBM program would give me that opportunity. And one thing that I really liked about the program at SSE is that in addition to the classes that we take to learn the theory, we do live projects with real life companies that we solve issues. So we act as consultants as we're studying. And I thought that was a great way to get both the theory and the practice at the same time. So that was the biggest sell point for me for this program.
Yeah, totally. Also because it's different from other programs such as mine, because for example we had one live project, and now we are also assisting in another class. But I heard from people from your program that it's very much focused on that, and it's very actively pursuing this kind of live project, let's say, way of working, and I think that's an added value of the program.
Absolutely. And as I mentioned, obviously SSE has big partnerships with the major Swedish companies. So I got to work with huge regional Nordic banks for projects, but I also got to work with startups because Stockholm has so many startups. So you get to not just experience different sizes of corporations through the projects, but also different industries. So I I worked with banking, I worked with consulting, I worked with digital tools for presentations. So it's really cool. I had friends that did like underwear, fashion brands, eye surgery companies, even like automatic golf carts, like a lot of different industries. So it's really good.
I think the more you see, the more you learn, and the more you're able to get into the working environment like later on, I think. And how is the class? Like how many are you, and like what's the environment in the class? What's the vibe?
That's a great question. So I would say that our cohort, we're almost 80 people, so it can be quite big. I mean, depending on the university. It's quite, like for SSE, it's a big class, but if you compare it to others, it's quite small.
Sure.
And one of the things that I did not expect before joining, and that I really enjoy, is that our class has like a very strong class spirit. We really feel like a little family. And we're always, I mean, you probably know, right? Like we always have the competitions in school, and our program always wins. Like we're very tight knit. We're always doing after works, let's say, like celebrating every time we have an exam. We go out to celebrate. We do dinners. We do potlucks, game nights. It's just really, really fun, and everyone supports each other as well. Like there is no competition, like, oh, you're struggling for this exam, here are my notes, let's practice together. It's a very collaborative environment, which I really appreciate. So it's really great.
So full of very ambitious people, but at the same time, like what also makes a difference in this, like, let's say high level programs, is the fact that you can also like kind of cooperate and like help each other out, like when it comes for the tough times, because as you just told me, like you come from weeks that have been like very intense.
I feel that obviously we always struggle a bit with exam seasons because all exams are together, but it's really good to be able to rely on each other when you need help with a concept that you don't understand or material that you didn't fully grasp. And then you get to celebrate after too. And I think it's also what you're mentioning, like we're all very competitive and ambitious, but we're only 80 people. There's room for 80 of us to be in the workforce. And it's also about like the networks that you build as well. So it's helpful for us to have people in other places that in your career you can then leverage. So it's good. It's really great. It
goes beyond like it starts with a friendship, and it goes beyond, it builds, and it remains, it lasts in time. Let's say like this connection that you build in also within the cohort. But I think one question that is there that has to come up, like about the how much we can engage in student life activities here in SSE in Stockholm with SASE, and like with all these events and the opportunities to, I mean, you can tell us a bit like what's the student life about, and like how many opportunities we have every day to engage with the people and establish connections.
That's actually a good point as well. It's another thing that I didn't expect when I joined the school. Because I'm not sure how it is in Italy, but at least in the UK, like you have the student association, but it's never really a thing that you interact that much, and it's tied to the school. Whilst here in Sweden, especially SSE for SASE, that's the student association here, it's a completely different organization. Like it's independent from the school. You need to sign up to become a member of it, and there's just so much going on, and it's just so great. And like even as master students, we have a lot of opportunity to engage. So we have like so many different committees that they're always pumping out events that we can join. But if you want to take a more active role and be part of a committee and host events yourself, you can also do that. I think the two of us were very engaged in like the international committee, trying to do more like bring international speakers to SSE or events and so forth. We just had the international week like 2-3 weeks ago.
2-3 weeks ago.
That you guys did cooking pasta, making pasta from scratch. We did like Brazilian carnival masks because carnival was popping up. We had a lot of cool activities, so that's super fun. But then obviously in addition to the more fun parties and all of that, we also have like the business committee bringing in companies to talk to us, to network. We have career fairs. It's crazy, like interview days, and it's all student-led, which is great because it's, you know, like it's led by students for students, so they know exactly what we need. So you get to have a lot of fun, but also help with studying and networking and jobs and everything. So it's a great part of SSE life, I think.
I would have never said that it would have been this big, like this big of a component, like in terms of how you said it, like that is independent and that like students in the board, they take a gap year to work as members of the board of SSE, and like to me it was impressive, and I think you can really leverage on so many opportunities, like that is crazy. Like you can join lunch lectures and this and that, and you can go to the company visit, you can talk to the I mean,
there's always something going on, and I think like what's really great about it is that you get onboarded onto SSE life, let's say, from the first day that you're SSE, because like your first introduction week, you have classes all day, and then in the evening you have all these social events that are organized by students.
Exactly.
And that's where you get to meet people not just from your program, but from other programs as well. And I personally had a great time, so I'm helping out with this year's master's introduction. So if anyone's joining fall 2025, you'll see me.
Exactly. I saw a picture, like in your stories, with the committee.
We're kicking off things.
Oh, so. that's amazing. I will be in exchange in the fall, but otherwise I would have actually. When I arrived like here in the fall in 2024, like I was like, okay, next year, if I'm here in this period, like I want to be in the introduction committee.
It's just like a great way to, like if you're not Swedish, to learn about like the Swedish culture of like student associations and so forth, and get to meet other people and really feel part of like the life here at SSE. Super fun.
Yeah. Absolutely, and around like the internship opportunities or working opportunities that are like required like for the program. Is there like a specific requirement to fulfill, or you also talk to me about the program that you're applying now for the like? Can you tell us a bit about these things, about how it works in relation to the program?
Yeah, absolutely. So I know that your program you have like a requirement to fill out an internship. For ours, we don't have that because I think like we do so strongly on the live cases that we are basically acting as consultants. So like half of the time we're basically working, half of the time studying. So for our program, how it works is that the first year, all classes are mandatory. So everyone's first year looks exactly the same. We all take the same courses. And then we get the projects on the side, and then those are group projects, so each group has a different project, which is great because you learn from your own projects and from your friends as well. Then on the second year, that's when you have more opportunities. So if you're very into data analytics, you can take a data analysis track where you learn more about coding, I think, and I'm sure that's not my forte. So, or if you're really into sustainability, you can take more sustainability-focused classes. Because it's a management program, you can also take management courses in other partner universities from SSE. So you don't necessarily have to take all your courses here. And you can go on exchange. And then what I'm particularly applying for, it's the executive training module. So that is a 6-month internship with the school, with the partners that the school has that you apply for. And it's basically like applying for a job, so I'm in the middle of the process right now. I actually have an interview tonight, later this evening, so fingers crossed I get it. Good luck. So by like around April, we hear back if any company is interested in having us for that semester, and then for the fall semester, you basically work, which is really great. And there are a lot of people that end up writing their thesis with the company that they worked for in the executive training module. Excited. Hopefully I get to find out how it works.
Exactly. Because there are many students that actually like from this link, then they get to have these opportunities, and then in the future eventually also be there in the company if they have a positive experience. So that's also, this also reinforces like the strong link that there is between the universities and the corporate partners, so to say.
Absolutely. And I think like one thing that we haven't really discussed yet is our career hub. Like we have a website with job postings, like same job postings that you can find on LinkedIn, but there's a filter there that you can filter for jobs that are targeting specifically SSE students. So there are a lot of companies that reach out to SSE, like we have an internship, we have a part-time job, we have a full-time job that we want an SSE student. So you have access to that, which is great.
Absolutely.
Apart from all the other like dinners and game nights and all of that, the companies host just for SSE students.
Exactly.
Like I'm not sure if you went to the McKinsey event.
I tried to sign up, but some others went.
So for example, like McKinsey got like 100 students from SSE to get like a private tour of a museum, and then there was a live concert with this really cool Swedish band.
With a fancy dinner as well.
Fancy 3-course dinner, and like it's for free for us, as students, just to hear more about life at McKinsey, network with their consultants, and explore opportunities with the company. So we have like, that's just one example of.
I heard that you were sitting at the tables with like members from McKinsey, and then like some students in the middle, and just exchanging.
It was like 30% consultants, 70% students at each table, and they strategically placed everyone so everyone will be close to consultants to speak to them and learn about what life is like. So it's really, really great. Like I think that the career opportunities and how they prepare you, and not just with the skills but with the knowledge of what you want to do, so you better know what to go for. It's really great at SSE.
Yeah, so cool, guys. And all right, so like just a few more questions I wanted to ask you, like moving a bit onto the international landscape, like what are the opportunities that the MBM program presents to you? Like are you going on exchange, or are you going to some immersion trip somewhere, or how is it?
Yeah, I would say that the main opportunity really is the exchange.
Okay.
If you want to go to, so my classmates are going to Australia, Canada, Prague.
You're gonna take
Italy.
part of the SEMs, right? Probably from your program, or not?
No, we can't do SEMs.
You can't do,
but the partner schools are pretty much the same.
It's the same. Yeah.
So
actually, you have more schools.
But so like we have, it's not just a European exchange. Like there are people going to Asia, there are people going to North America. There's opportunity to go to South America as well. I don't think anyone in my class is going, but if you want to, you can. So there's a lot of opportunities in that aspect, and then obviously the cohort, it's pretty international. So for my class specifically, 60% of the students are Swedish, but the other 40% are from all over the world. So obviously you have a lot of Europeans, but you have people like me, like Brazil, India, China, Japan. So it's very cool, because then you get your connections, and then now with like summer internships, so many people are going home or going to another country and experiencing work life there, and you can learn from their experiences, or you yourself can go on an internship there as well. So the internship portion is more like on your own. You explore what you want, but the school does allow you to go on exchange, which a lot of people want to do.
But you don't go on exchange?
No, I don't go on exchange because I really want to do the executive training module. So you kind of have to pick one or the other.
Which is the opportunity that
the internship, like the 6 months internship
that we just mentioned. Exactly.
And I mean, I'm not from here, so this is already an exchange.
This is a big exchange. Absolutely. I mean, you're a citizen of the world. Like,
we sort of become. But you were going everywhere.
I mean, exactly. No, but. Let's say that, I mean, I see very much like the aspect of like also living the place that you go to study in, like staying in Stockholm and like doing a working experience here, like not necessarily having this thing of having to go on exchange, especially because, I mean, the students here at SSE, I'd say that they have a huge, like, already international background usually. yeah, so sometimes like it's not on top of mind, let's say, to get the exchange, you know. So there are many more also opportunities provided.
Yeah, that's so great about the curriculum, is that it really allows you to choose what you prioritize. So for me, work experience is more of a priority than the international experience, because I already had that with where I come from, where I did my bachelor's, and you can just choose. So it's really good.
Fantastic. And yeah, then just a couple more questions. Like, as of now, how do you see like your future? How's your perspective, like academically wise and like working wise, if you have like some direction or?
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like I'm in an interview now. What's my 5-year plan?
This is a more chill.
That's a really good question. I feel that like I'm getting to the point that, you know, you start thinking about your thesis, what you're gonna write, and I really like innovation. I worked with like a financial technology company before, so tech is something that really interests me. So I feel that academically this is sort of like the track I want to pursue, like digital or innovation, or both, hopefully.
In the second year, you mean?
In the second year,
because we can.
We're wrapping up year one. So,
exactly, because we can customize, let's say, year 2 at MBM, which is something that doesn't happen in other programs. So I think it's a very big specializing feature. So academically I would say that. Nice.
And then professionally, I guess we'll see. I have some feelers out there, you know, trying to get more work experience. So we'll see how it goes. Again, I really like business and tech, that intersection. So hopefully something with that. But nothing too solid yet.
I think it's good, because like also you wanna face this kind of programs and these opportunities, these experiences, not knowing, okay, I will go there, like I want to go there, like, okay, that's good, of course, but it's also nice to like having like a more of a open, broader vision and say, okay, let's try this out, let's see how this goes, and you know, let's see what fits best. And this is also the chance that you have to specialize in the second year is an opportunity to get to know actually what you like the best. And the same goes for me. Like I would give very similar answer.
No, absolutely. I think that's one of the things that I appreciate so much about the UBM is like the opportunity to do the live projects with so many different industries and types of companies, and then just building your like broad base of management, so then you can explore by yourself where you want to go.
Fantastic. And there's like one last question that I would ask you, that I always ask in this series. It's like, if you had one or more tips that you would give to a person that's watching this video and that is thinking of having a similar path to yours, and like, or like if you were to see yourself also a few years back, and like what would you tell yourself, like what would be some suggestions, advices you would give to someone watching and interested in pursuing a similar path?
That's a good question.
I
think I would say, if you're thinking about like pursuing further education, it's never a bad idea. Like, it's always a great investment, because that's something that like no one can ever take away from you. Whatever you learn, it's with you for life. So I'm a big proponent of like, go back, do your master's if you're like, because that was me, right? I was working, so I was like, should I go back for a master's? Should I not?
Between the bachelor and the master's? For how long have you been working?
I worked for 4 years. So I was away from academia for a while.
Oh, that's amazing also to know. It's very,
I'm old. Okay. But I think like pursuing further education is always a good idea, no matter what age or anything or experience. So I would say do it. And then in terms of more like practical advice, like if you're stuck between programs, you want to understand better anything, just reach out to people. Like, I think SSE, everyone is so nice, but I'm sure that everyone else, like, go on LinkedIn, don't be afraid, look for like previous students of the course, what are they doing now, is this in a career that you could see yourself in? Reach out to them, see if they have any tips, what their experiences were like, because obviously we're two people, we really enjoy our experiences, but you know, like, other people with other interests might have a completely different opinion of the program.
Yeah, totally.
Their experience in school. So
yeah,
I highly recommend you just reach out to people, explore, get out of your comfort zone.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
Do things.
yeah. Like actively
Yeah.
get out and engage.
Yeah. The world is very big, and you can learn from a lot of people and places and experiences. So
Yeah.
try to put yourself out there if you can.
The word is yours. No, but thank you very much. I think these were super valuable, and also like the overall chat, I think was super insightful for the ones watching. So
yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the next installment.
Exactly. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for being here. And bye bye.
Bye.